This is lecture number 19 and we are into module number 2. So in this lecture I will be covering the instructions which I have covered in the previous lecture, and now their demonstration will be given by using the Keel Microvision software. Okay, so the main instructions covered here are LDR and its variant like LDR.W, okay, STR and its variants, subtract and its variants, unsigned division, signed division, move instruction, MRS instruction. Okay, so in this lecture, so I will be covering few set of instructions, so which are basically related to load and store, and also few arithmetic and maybe some logical instructions. So I have not divided them as like part 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have taken them in a group. So in this one, now once you open the Keel software, so if you need the steps to program the Keel software, you have to refer the lab videos. So there I have demonstrated the stepwise instructions to access the Keel Microvision, and also to demonstrate a program is run a program. Okay, so now assuming that you have written this program, so first step is, as usual, is you have to translate it. So once you translate it, you should not get any errors, and you should not get any warnings also. So that is completed. Next you have to check for, you have to build the target. So once you click on build, it will again show you if there are any errors or warnings. So this you have to follow for every program here. And now if you come to the code here, so let me try to zoom just here. Okay, so as you can see, we have started with something like area, new, comma, code, comma, read only. So here this area and code and read only, they are the keywords, you need to use them. And new is your file name, what you have given. So you can give any name here except some the keywords. And always keep in mind that you should give a space for the initial line, and also if you don't give the space, say for example here we have VAR1 and VAR2, 3 and 4. So if you do not give the space, so they will act like a label, or the tool will take it as a label. So here I have taken 4 labels, and 2 are defined constant data, variable 1 and 2, and 2 have the equated data. Next we have export main. So this one is the supporting label. So from here it will jump to the main label. So this we have covered in lecture number 18, where we have seen the interface between C and assembly language. So once you go to the main here, so next what we have here is first instruction MRS, right? So instruction description I am not going to give here, because already theoretically and with some examples we have covered in the last few lectures, so please refer that. So MRS, so basically it is used to read the data from special register or store the data into the special register. So now what we have MRS, so PSR register, we have to check the PSR register. So in order to check that, or in order to run this program, you have to click on debug and click on start. So you get this message, click OK. This is the memory window what you are seeing. Normally it appears at the downside here, or you can go to view and you can go to memory window and we can have multiple memory window side by side. Okay, so I just take it here for a while. Now we want to check the PSR, but before that, see here which program is running. Startup programs are running, so you have to click on this 2 times and then on this 1 time, so that it will come back to your main program. So from here it should jump to the main program. Click single step. Now it will come here. So here what is the requirement? In R8 we should get the content of program status register. So what we have, PSR content. So this is the 31st bit, it is 0, 30, 29 and this is 28. So last 4 bits, if you consider, its value will be 6. So it is like something like 6 followed by 7 zeros. So R8 now, after executing this instruction, R8 should be loaded with the value 6 followed by 7 zeros. So how to understand here? Now you have to click on this single step. So once you click on this single step, this arrow mark will come down, means this is the program counter link. So it will point to the next instruction to be executed. So current instruction to be executed is this one, right? So now if I just observe here and as well as observe the value of R8 also. So if I click on single step, we can see this green line, green shade will appear. That means this instruction is executed now. So for now, what will happen? The content is appearing in R8 register. Whose content? PSR content. And next, which instruction is to be executed? So this arrow mark is pointing here. So what we are doing now here, we are using LDR instruction, LDR R0 comma equal to variable 3. What is variable 3 value? It is this value. So R0 should get that value. So now if I execute, you can check here, it is getting that value. Next, R6 with variable 1. Variable 1, what is the value? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now if I execute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you are getting. So next, which is the next instruction? Store. So for store, what we have the instruction, this is the source and this is the destination. Now where is the destination? Destination is pointed by, destination address is pointed by R0 and R0 address is this. So here the content of R6 will be copied to R0. So depending on whether it is big endian or little endian, the values will be stored. So if the lower byte stores first, then it is a little endian. So just keep your eye here and as well as check now. So as you can see, the color has changed. So content of R6 has been loaded into the address pointed by R0. So R0 is pointing at this location. So we are getting 7856342, right? Next what we have, LDRW R1 comma, in the bracket we have written R0 comma 01. So that means we have to load a 32-bit value where to R1. From which location? This is destination from the source. Source is what? Present value of R0, which is this, plus 1. And the base register will not be updated. So now if you execute this, you can get the value in R1. So as I told, since we are not using this exclamation mark here, R0 base register value, it should be 1 followed by 6 zeros and again 1. So since we have not used the exclamation mark, so it will not update explicitly this value. Okay, so now this R1 was having 1 2 3 4 5 6, sorry, this register R0 was having 7 8 5 6 3 4 1 2, and what we have done, starting from the source value 1 followed by 7 0, then plus 1, that is means from here to 1 2 3 4, these 4 locations values will be loaded into where? R1. See how it is loaded. First address is loaded in the lower byte, second address next higher byte. So it is a little endian or big endian, you have to decide here. Now if you execute this one, this is LDR B. B stands for byte. Only byte value, that is 8-bit value, will be stored in R1. From where? From the address pointed by this value. So R0 is presently this plus 1, and now we are using exclamation mark. This value will change, and which value will be copied, you will see that. So it has to store a byte. So R1 will be updated now. So as you can see, it has been changed, and it has stored, means it has loaded which value? Only the byte value. Byte value means at this address which value is present. At this address it is 56. So 56 is loaded here. Next, what may happen? LDRH.W R1 comma this and this. This is the example of post indexing. So in post indexing also the value should update. Now take some 10-second time and just check what will be the expected value. Okay, now if I execute this, check this value, and keep an eye here also. So now if I execute this, what has changed? This value also has changed because it is a post indexing. So base register will be updated. So it was 1 earlier, now plus 1 means it is 2, and it should load what? Half word. H stands for half word. From which address? From the address. What was the main base address? So that was this value and this. So 2 byte values, 3 4 and 5 6, means it is 5 6 and 3 4. So those 2 values are loaded there. Next, if I use a different one, LDRH R1 comma R0. So presently where R0 is pointing, it is pointing at this location, this value 3 4, means this location 2. So half word from there means you will see what will be loaded in R1. So R1 is getting content of 02 and 03, that is 3 4 and 1 2. So that is the half word. So if I load LDR R0 equal to variable 3, so we know variable 3 value is what? It is this. So R0 will be loaded with what now? The present address. Next, LDRD, that is load the register with the double word. So the double word are stored in R2 and R3. Double word means 64-bit value. So presently in R0 what we have, and where R0 is pointing? R0 is pointing here. So double word means 1 2 3 4, 1 byte, 32-bit, and next 32-bit 1 2 3 4. These two will be loaded in the registers R3 and R2. So now how they are loaded? R2 is getting the lower half word value, R3 is getting the upper half value. Upper half value is 0, right? Upper half address value we can say, or if you take it in other way, the actual value is 7 8 5 6 3 4 1 2 and followed by 0 0 0 0 0 0 and 0 0. Okay, next if you take the next one, we have LDR R4 comma this, so R4 will be loaded with this value, check now. Then LDR R5 comma equal to variable 4, variable 4, what is the value? This value, so that is loaded. Next strb store byte, so this is source, this is destination. So in R4 what we have? This value 664646 and 46. So this byte, that is 46, last byte, has to be stored in the address pointed by R5. Where R5 is pointing? R5 is pointing at this location. So let us change this value here to 101. So sorry, 100. So if you go to that address, presently nothing is there. So here we expect 46. So if you go to single step, so you can see 46 is copied. strh means what? Half world. So where it has to be stored? Content of R4, half world is 46 and 46, right? Present value of R5 plus 2. Present value of R5 is 100 plus 2 means here. So if I execute, I should get from here 46 and 46. 0 plus 2, right? Next strd double word, content of R2 and R3. R2 and R3 should be stored from the address where R5 is pointing. Where R5 is pointing? R5 is pointing at this address again. So from these values will be replaced. Check now. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. The lower byte is stored in lower half word, as you can see. So in this way it is stored. So again LDR R2 and R3. Now you can understand this R2 and R3. And here in this everywhere you can see we have mentioned 0x, means it is a hexadecimal number. If you don't use this, it will take it as a decimal number, valid decimal number. Okay. So next we have the another instruction, that is subtract instruction. So subtract instruction here, how it will work now? Content of R3 will be subtracted by R2 and result will be stored in R6. So you can cross verify through the manual calculation or calculator. R2 is having this value 0 and R3 is having this 5. So we expect some borrow there. So let us see what will be the R6 value. R6 is B. And next what we have is subtract with carry. So this carry is 0 now. So we can check what will be the content. R2 minus R3 minus carry. R2 minus R3 minus carry. So that value will be stored in R7. So check the value, it is A. Reverse subtraction. So now it will be R3 minus R2, not R2 minus R3. Reverse. So those contents. So check this. Now it is R3 minus R2. 5 minus 0. Then 0 minus 6. That it requires the borrow like F. So F minus 6 may be something like A or 9. So let us check the content of R8 now. So R8 is this value. And next we have the move instruction. So move instruction, you have this move R2 and R6. So unsigned division. Unsigned division means R2 divided by R3 will happen and the result will be stored in R4. So R4 we expect it to be 3, right? So it will store the remainder and the quotient. So quotient will be stored here. Then the same thing for signed division. Next we have this decimal, signed multiplication with accumulation, and unsigned multiplication, unsigned accumulation. So if you go through this, it will store in this way, or you can refer the lecture number 13 also. So quickly check the values here. First one, second one, third, fourth. So now we can check here. So I have completed one phase here. So it will go back to the link register. Here you will get a demo about the branch and link also. So this is the address where it has to go. So this address is present, you can see it is present here, right? So branch and link, so this is the address. So if I click now, it will go there. So if we check the address, so we will get the next address, right? This is how it is executed. Please practice this. We'll go to the next one in the next video. Thank you.